Right, let's check on this basic parabola problems. Now we need to draw a sketch. Now, when saying draw a sketch graph of each of the following. Now the sketch graph is just a sketch of the graph showing the correct shape, because we will not have the actual values. So it means Raragas value the exact values, as long as it is showing the correct shape. So okay, let's get to the first one. Now on the first one, let's say we need to sketch y equals to x squared plus bx plus c. Now we can see that is the parabola here, the parabola graph, where if a is positive, b is positive, but c is negative. So now a rough sketch for this one. Where we start now, a is positive. Now when a is positive, it means we are going to have this shape of the graph. Then now from b, of course, we go to c. Now we have this shape, and then c is negative, so it means the graph can cut here on the y negative, because c is the y-intercept. So already graph cut not on the negative y is fine. And then now let's check the turning point. Where should be the turning point? Now of course we must get the x value, where we'll have what is it, minus b over 2a. But what we have here is that b is positive and a is positive, so it means we're going to have our x value at turning point being negative part. So it means our x value will be this side. So meaning if it's this side, so they didn't say anything about the intercept, but look at the shape. The shape must concave up. So for a shape to concave up passing through this point, and the turning point should be this side. So it means it's obviously that our graph is going to turn here and passing through this point. So obviously it's concave up, then this will be the shape of the graph. So make sure that the turning point is in this fourth quadrant, because we are saying the x turning point, that's where it lies. In that case, this is the y-intercept, so this is c in this case, and then now these are the two intercept, because here we're having our x value being negative if b is positive. So this will be the rough sketch of the first graph of y. Right, now let's just do space here, check the second one. Let's put it here. So number 2. Now let's say y equals to x squared plus bx plus c. If now a is negative, so when a is negative, this will be the shape. Concave down. Now b is 0. Okay, we'll come to that. So but c is going to be positive, so the graph must cut through a point of positive. The c must be positive here, and then now greater than 0, of course positive, less than 0 is negative, but we know the shape and this one. So what does it mean when b is 0? It means, let's draft it, minus b over 2a. So what simply means that on top here is 0, so meaning the x in other words is minus 0 over 2a. So that 0 will change everything to be 0. So it means our x value at the turning point is 0. So if it is 0, then what simply means, it means our y-intercept, that's where we'll have our graph. So it means once this is 0, and then we substitute x as 0, 0, then we have only c. So it means that c is also, because if here's 0, then we're going to have 0 plus c. Then so it means our turning point is going to also have what? It's going to also have a turning point at 0 and 0. Not 0 and 0, but at 0 and the value of c that is left here. Because if you do y equals to, in this case, a into 0 squared plus 0, or maybe plus b into 0 plus c, you can see that y equals to c for the turning point in this case. So it means our turning point is going to be here, and then this will be our shape of the graph in this case. So that will be our graph for number 2. Number 3. Right, we are having y equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. If a is less than 0, now a being less than 0, it means we're going to get this shape. And then now b is also negative. So when b is negative, so it means we're going to get the x turning point. X at turning point to be what? To be positive. Y will have minus into minus b over 2a. Then let's check. Negative a, then it means here, must be careful. So we have 2 into minus a. So but look at this one. A negative by negative, positive divided by negative, then it's going to have a negative. So you want to have x turning point, it will be negative answer then. Okay, it's fine. Now we have the shape of the graph. The x turning point will be negative. So negative is either in here or in here. See. Then let's get to the we'll get the shape with A, it's fine. Got the turning point with B, is fine. Now they give us this part where we don't get the y-intercept, but they say b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. What does it mean? This part here is coming from the quadratic formula where it says the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Then now, if they are saying this is less than 0, it means this is the square root of negative, and the square root of negative is a non-real. It means there are no roots in this case. It means the graph will not touch the x-axis. So having this shape now, if the graph is not touching the x-axis, so it means because the shape is concave down, if the graph we try to do it in here, so it's going to cut the x-axis, so this one is not valid. So it means in this case our graph is going to be this side where we can put our turning point anywhere here in this quadrant, and then the graph will move down, concave down in this case. So to avoid the graph touching the x-axis, because once it say like this, it means there are no roots, there will be no where the graph cuts the x-axis. Alright, so we followed the shape, we followed the x value at turning point, and then now we followed the part where they're saying there will be no real roots, and then it means we will not catch the x-axis. Now let's move to number 4. On number 4, they say y equals to a into x plus p all squared plus q if p is less than 0, and then the other part saying q is greater than 0. Now let's see what I say. Let's see if we can get a chance to plot the correct graph. Right, okay, let's go again. In this case, they've said nothing about a. Okay, so we know that a is giving us our correct shape of the graph. So it means let's see, P is negative, but what is P? It's the X turning point. So we can turn in this side or in this side. It's the X being negative. Then what is Q? The Q is the Y value at the turning point. So we can also turn in here. So meaning we are going to have our turning point in which quadrant? In the fourth quadrant, because they are both negative. So what does it mean? Now this simply means we are going to have our turning point in this quadrant is fine. Then now let's continue. Now we figured out P and Q. Now they say and x-intercepts are of different signs. Now they are saying they are x-intercepts and they are of different signs. Now it means okay, having a turning point in here in the third quadrant, but the intercept must be of different signs. The other one must be in here, the other one must be in here. So we must plot our turning point correctly so that we'll pass the two. So it means if the turning point is in here, for it to have the intercept, so it must concave up. So if it's concave up, that's when we'll have the two intercept like this, and they must be of different sides. So if they are of same side, then it means the graph will only be on this side of the y-axis only, so that we have